Hey, are you struggling to sign more franchisees? Are you losing deals and you're not sure why? Tune in. You're going to want to hear this.
This is the Franchise Pitfalls and Profit Show. Each week, we bring you the challenges and triumphs of being in the franchise development and consulting business. The things you need to make money faster. And now your host, one of the most successful franchise developers in North America, Don Shin.
Hey, welcome to the Franchise Pitfalls and Profits episode on struggling to find more franchisees. We're the podcast where we uncover challenges, we turn them into opportunities, and we share the secrets of 25 years in the franchise industry, having made probably every mistake and found the solutions to those challenges and those mistakes. So I'm Don Shin, and if you are attracting and signing franchisees, but you're finding it harder than ever, you're not alone. Don't feel like you're on an island. Many franchisors and their development reps are feeling that it's harder. They're feeling that they're stuck in kind of these cycles of leads ghosting them, deals that go to the altar and get stalled, and just overall in a lot of cases their overall franchise growth is just stagnating and maybe plateauing. So today we're going to talk about some of those challenges. We're going to identify some of the struggles. We're also going to give you some tips and a little bit of a diagnosis as to why some of your deals are being lost, and we're going to give you actionable ideas, actionable tasks, actionable insights to sign more franchisees, to make more of your lead generation budgets. So let's talk about some of these challenges, because I think there's hidden potential in your franchise system, and that's what we want to get out. That's what we want you to be able to leverage. So let's get straight into it. Where are franchisors losing deals? How can you turn some of these things around? And I think it starts with finding the gaps, finding those hidden holes, those problems that in your franchise development process that you don't necessarily even see on a regular basis, or you don't stop and take the time to look for them. I hate to even think of whether you have a franchise development, or sometimes I'll just call it a sales process. I hate to even ask that, but if you really don't, and how do you know if you do? Is it written down? If you have team or staff like qualifiers of your leads, or admins, or you have a Fran Dev rep, you're large enough to have hired a Fran Dev rep. If it's not written down, and if everybody doesn't know it by heart, if they're not all doing it, then I'm going to tell you, you don't have a process. You're winging it. Sometimes people do it, sometimes people don't. And this is one of the first things you want to do. You want to be sure you have that process. Everybody knows it. Everybody follows it. And that's probably one of the first things that you can fix that's causing you to lose some deals. So, but if you do have a process, I want to share that just all too often, I think franchisors believe, and here's the second thing, they believe that their offering is strong. They believe that it's clear, but I think they're failing to recognize some of the critical weaknesses in their recruitment processes. So let's diagnose why you're losing some of your deals. Let's, do you want to keep repeating the mistakes or the problems that are not working? So you want to ask yourself several questions. This is going to help you self-diagnose some of the problems you specifically are having. And again, I'm going to give you some other tips that are automatically going to help you with this challenge. So first thing, which I started to talk about already, are you clearly communicating your brand's value to your prospects? Too many franchisors just assume that their opportunity is getting out there. It's clear, it speaks for itself. too many are giving generic presentations. They're not learning who their prospects are. They're not tailoring their message to their candidates. I'm not saying I'm not saying deviate from a process, but you want to be sure that as you're getting across your key features, you want to be sure you know your candidate well enough that it's relating to them, or it relates, or it connects with them in a way that they can actually embrace it or relate to it. Particularly if you are a Zor founder, you're a Zor owner, and you are still selling the franchises yourself. Listen up, because your prospects aren't seeing what's unique about your franchise. They're not seeing how it's profitable. Again, if it's not really all that profitable, that's another challenge that we could address. But they're not going to move forward if they don't see what's unique about it, and if they don't see that it's profitable for them. You need a compelling story. You need to know and be very clear and clearly articulate your differentiators. And you need proof of success. So that's the first question you should be asking yourself to help diagnose what's going on. Is your brand coming across clearly? Is it of value to the prospects? Second thing is, do you have a follow-up process? Is it systemic? Is it consistent? Or are people falling off pretty regularly? And after only maybe a couple of engagements or interfaces, or as I often call them, touches. Research shows that over 80% of the deals you're going to make will require 5 or even up to 7 different touches. And yet most franchise sales teams are doing probably 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky. Leads that might be converted simply slip through the cracks because of a lack of consistent and regular and deliberate follow-up. Sorry about that. We'll discuss a couple of things, how to implement some things that you can do immediately in your company and your processes that are structured, that are automated, that are high touch, but you need high touch, consistent interface and engagements with your leads in order to keep them warm and most importantly, keep them moving through the pipeline. A third thing for self-diagnosis here, do you understand why prospects disengage? Or do you just kind of guess, I thought he felt like this, or he focused on that, or she did such and such, or she wasn't really that interested. But do you truly understand why your prospects are disengaging? If you don't have a clear system for tracking them and for analyzing why they're going dark, as I said to you earlier, you're doomed to making the same mistakes over and over and losing more and more deals that should convert. The old definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, but expecting different results. So if you don't have a process for shining the light on why prospects are disengaging, then you're just going to continue to lose deals. So every no, or maybe every not now, is really valuable. There should be valuable information that you can collect about that. And you should use that to refine your sales processes, your franchise development processes. Again, I'm going to give you some things, and I'm going to suggest some other things as we wrap up as to what you should be doing, or how you again can fix some of these things that we're diagnosing. But you want to understand, why are people not, or why are they dropping off? Why are they not continuing to engage? So gather some feedback, analyze what you did with your candidates, and you're going to improve your conversion rates. One thing that I'll talk about that in just a second. So some of the tips, some of the things that are going to help you with these challenges, with these circumstances that you're experiencing, some of the things that are going to just improve your processes. These are things that you can do right away. You can implement tomorrow. You can discuss this week if you have team. So one of the things is that I always talk to the franchisees that I've signed over the last year. I did this as an annual habit or an annual process. And then I would go and tweak, because dynamics change, the market change, why people are looking at your opportunities. It's going to change over time, and consequently, you want to change with that. So don't just go along. Oh, great! I signed Bob and Sally, and I signed George, and boy, they're great people, and then just keep generically spitting out what you do. Again, my encouragement is that you talk to the people that you just signed and find out what were the top, 3 or 4 reasons that they joined. Why did they make a yes decision? And then you want to adjust your sales process to feature those areas. The market is responding to something in your space, and you want to be sure you're highlighting why people are joining. And then you want to add some proof of concept as you understand these things, and you see in your franchise partner network, Aaron and Sally and Megan and so on, that they're great examples of why people are now joining you. You want to put that into your process. You want to put that in and make the adjustments in your franchise development system or your sales process. Another tip for today that I wanted to leave with you is, are you using a CRM? I mean, really, are you really using it? Follow up. We talked about the lack of follow up. Follow up is only going to happen when you truly are using the CRM system. Is it set up for the follow-up? Some of it automated or some of it not automated. So are you using the sales process? Are you using CRM with your sales process? Is it tailored for your actual process or system or steps? You can automate some of these. I honestly, in some cases, when I was directly in sales, I think the CRM system actually held me back. It was actually like a ball and chain. I was dragging along through in the sales system. But when I was working for some of our clients, or even in our own systems, when we started to tailor it for exactly what our sales process looked like, I can tell you it was a really productive tool for the sales team to be using, and it actually helped us sign more deals. There's actually some CRMs that are designed very specifically for our industry, for the franchise development industry. And again, if you reach out to us, I'll be happy to tell you who some of those people are. So there are some of the things that you can do right away. You can implement them tomorrow. You can implement them this week. But I also want to share something new that we're rolling out this year that can go far beyond what my episodes offer you, and far beyond the couple of challenges that we talked about today. And it's called the Franchise Growth Vault. The Franchise Growth Vault just simply helps franchisors win more. After 25 years in this business, as I kind of said earlier casually, I've probably made every one of the mistakes that you are making. And I've found and seen the solutions. I'm also so deeply immersed in the franchise industry right now that I'm very, very current and know what's going on. And so is my team. So we are seeing and solving all kinds of challenges with our nearly 60 years of proven success. So we have compiled this into a program called the Franchise Growth Vault program, and we're rolling it out here in 2025. So what exactly is this? It's going to be an exclusive blended training, coaching, consulting program. It's designed for franchisors that are really ready to elevate their sales, to once and for all address the challenges and get the performance that's hidden in your system, but you've not been able to unlock it. That's why I use this concept of a vault. We want to help you unlock the potential in your franchise. It's going to offer customized strategies to diagnose weak points specifically to you and help you optimize a tweaked and properly developed franchise sales system. Again, it's going to be run by proven professionals, experts, locksmiths in this industry, people that have helped many, many franchisors over the years break through their stagnation and get off of the plateaus. You're going to learn to identify and fix the problems you have. A lot of focus on franchise development, but some of your problems with plateauing is into looking at your franchisees and what's going on with your franchise partners. So that's what the franchise growth vault is all about. Now, warning label, not the government warning labels, but warning label. And here's the catch. It's not for everybody. The franchise growth vault is all about franchisors who are serious about growth, serious about bouncing off of their plateaus, serious about stopping being years in this quagmire of 15 or 20 or 25 units. These are people, it's for people that are serious about personally changing and growing, as well as helping their people and their teams grow using proven success techniques and strategies. So real world success, what are other people saying from all the years that we've spent helping them? Top-notch information from experts. I gained the skills needed to be on my own finding leads and prospects. I've gained so much knowledge in a short period of time. That's from Tara, who's a master franchisee. From Dan, who is the founder of a franchisor. I hired Don to help me with some difficult issues that I was facing as a franchisor. He took the time to listen and offer wise counsel with my issues, which ended up being solved from his counsel. Don's an expert in all things franchising, and I plan to work with him and FBE long term. So this program, and I share that simply because the program works because we've consolidated our 60 years of expertise. We've consolidated it and deliver it in a way that focuses on practical, serious, results-oriented, results-driven solutions. And we're not just talking theory. And it's delivered candidly by people that have done it, not just people who teach it or people who talk about it. It's being delivered by people who actually did it. So if you're serious about signing more franchisees, scaling your brand, use some of the tips we talked about today. But I also invite you to explore the franchise growth vault. Visit franchisebuildingexpert.com, the contact us form to learn more, to reach out, and I'll talk to you more about that. And that's it for today, for today's episode. If you found this valuable, please go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And if you have any franchise sales challenges that you'd like me or my team to address in a future episode, just reach out. But again, that's it from Franchise Building Experts.